The fourth degree is about more elastic demand or elastic demand. In this condition, elasticity of demand is greater than 1. But let me clear one thing, that it is possible only in this condition, and the condition is the proportionate change in quantity demanded should be greater than the proportionate change in price of the commodity. Okay? Proportionate change in quantity, it can be calculated by change in quantity divided by initial quantity. It should be greater than proportionate change in price, and proportionate change in price can be calculated by change in price divided by initial price. Suppose that the price of a commodity falls by 5%, but because of this fall, the demand for that particular commodity rises by 10%. In that case, if we will put all the values into the formula to calculate elasticity, we will get 10 divided by minus 5, and minus sign will be here also. Minus will cut, and 10 by 5 equal to 2. It means elasticity is equal to 2, which is more than 1. This is called more elastic demand. And whole this thing I have explained with the help of this graphical presentation. In this graphical presentation, you can observe that the demand curve is steeper. Demand curve is not sloped highly, it is steeper. Okay? Steeper demand curve is showing more elasticity. It means there is very less change in the price, but this curve is showing greater change in the demand. It means on this demand curve, the elasticity is greater than 1. Okay, understood? The fifth degree, that is less elastic demand, and less elastic demand is also known as inelastic demand, and it is denoting by ED less than 1. Okay? We can say that this condition can be possible only in this condition, and the condition is if the proportionate change in quantity demanded is less than the proportionate change in price. Okay? In that condition, the elasticity of demand will be less than 1. Proportionate change in quantity, delta Q divided by Q1, delta Q divided by Q1. It means change in quantity divided by initial quantity. It should be less than proportionate change in price, that is change in price divided by initial price. Proportionate change in quantity should be less than proportionate change in price. Suppose that there is fall in price, and this fall in price is equal to 10%. Okay, it means we are saying that demand is falling, but the fall in percentage demand should be greater than fall in quantity. Assume that here, because of fall in the price, the demand is rising, but the demand will rise by less percent of change in price. The price was falling by 10% and the quantity is increasing by 8%. By putting all these values into the formula, elasticity of demand is equals to minus sign proportionate change in quantity divided by proportionate change in price, and here that is 8%. As the demand is increasing, I have put a positive sign or no sign will be there, and there is fall in the price, and this is 10%. I am putting negative sign here because there is fall in price. Okay, negative sign will cut, and 8 divided by 10 will equal to 0.8, and this elasticity 0.8 is less than 1. Okay, it is less than 1. So we can say that this demand is less elastic demand. The less elastic demand curve or inelastic demand curve is, the slope of this demand curve is very high. Okay, if the slope is very high, in that condition the change in price will be greater than change in quantity. Assume that here 10% and there is increase in quantity by 8%. If more change in price will occur, then less change in demand will be there. This is called less elastic demand.